they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud. Spreading on lies, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules. In this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so let's get ready to get into it. Let's see who's in here. Hold on, you guys. I'm checking something. Desmond, you just sent me something. And I already have it, beloved, but thank you. Okay, so hello, D Major, Nubia Ra, Buckhorse DC, Shalvitas here, Chilla Willie from Philly, Leon, Willie, Lump, Dark 2, Bronze Flat Power God, Deronda, okay, the Butterfly Voice, OG Patrice. All right, so let's get into it. Just anticipate, okay, Forever Cali Girl, Natasha. All right, Deronda, Anita Harrell, Truth Brown is here, 57 Beige Fox. All right, Stephen, I see you. I hope it's no trolls in here because you will be dealt with. Okay, pay attention. Love Christy, DJ Big Six. All right. We the people that I say you. Okay, dangerous. Anyway, with that all being said, Adwell L, hello. True Blessings. Okay, Trail Black Barbie Doll. Okay, so let's get into it. Everybody hit that like button, please. Like, share, subscribe, all of that. Don't forget to double check and make sure you're still subscribed, especially if you have not been receiving your notifications. I see you, Desmond, Nessie X, and that crazy beach Aries. Okay, let's get into it, Emil. All right, so here we go. First, let's have a brief word from my sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts. You can also find it at Walmart. And don't forget that she sells beard oil, okay, as well. Now, with that being said, let's get into it because there's a lot of things coming out about this Carmelo Anthony situation. More details emerge on a daily basis, okay? So I'm going to go to a clip. Let me see here. First off, I don't know if you all know this, but Nancy Grace interviewed Jeff Metcalf the other day. It seems like he's been going on a press run or something because he's doing quite a few interviews. Okay, so let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so we're gonna go to this Nancy Grace interview. I'm just gonna go to a few clips of it. But I don't care for Nancy Grace. I never have. She's always into these racially charged situations. And if you all remember, her claim to fame was the OJ trial. Okay, that was her claim to fame. So of course I'll be using an overlay. I have not watched this. I wanted to wait until I got on here so we can all just watch it together. There's no telling what this man has said. Let me see here. Let me put my overlay on here.
Us live. Austin Metcalf, just 17 years old, stabbed dead. Joining us now, his father. This after Karmelo Anthony found guilty in Austin's stab death at a high school track meet.
First of all, I just want to get this off my chest. I absolutely hate this lady's face. I hate her. I hate everything about her. She looks like a lizard, in my opinion. And yeah, but let's continue. And does she have to make these hideous faces when she speaks? Okay, look at her. All right, she is definitely what I call attractive deficient. But let's continue.
Good evening. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
The trial is. I wish I had an explanation for it. I really don't understand. I mean, I understand people can be upset about the verdict and it didn't go the way they wanted to, but I mean, it was a fair trial, and now they're claiming it's not. And I mean, I understand they're going to look for any avenue. They hope and pray that they could get an appeal. I understand it's due process. They're entitled to it. I really don't. I think the judge did a good job of keeping everything under control and in order, and all procedures were followed correctly. So, you know, they're entitled to an appeal. I honestly don't think it will be granted, but, you know, that's the way the system works.
He said that's the way the system works. Well, who knows better than him? He's one of the good old boys. And in this case, the system worked in their favor. Now he wants to paint the picture and narrative as though Black people are just, and Carmelo Anthony supporters in general, basically wants to paint the narrative that we're all grasping at straws and we're just looking for something. Well, we didn't have to look far. We didn't have to look far. We've already seen everything, all the shady practices and shenanigans that went on in that courtroom. I mean, it's like they were all in on it, okay? They were all in on the scam, all right? And then they love to say everything, we're making everything about race. No, that's what they do. But let's continue. Now, we're not going to listen to much of this. This is 53 minutes, honey. We're going to listen to about 5 minutes of it, okay? Because I have this live, this YouTube, this TikTok live that I was listening to last night, and they had some very interesting details. And the guy that's going so hard in the paint for Karmelo, at least he seems to be, is ex-MAGA. Now, y'all know we can't trust MAGA, okay? So please pay attention. I'm taking all that he was saying with a grain of salt. But there was a bunch of Black people on his panel, and they were all having some very interesting information. So we're going to get into that. Okay, let's continue.
And the system also works by being convicted of murder also. So
That's important, Mr. Metcalf.
I'm sorry,
You
go ahead.
stated convicted of murder. He was not convicted of manslaughter. He was not convicted of involuntary manslaughter. The jury knew about those possibilities. He was convicted in first-degree murder. And I want to clarify something that we have heard over and over and over, that this was an all-white jury. It was not. That is
Correct.
a lie. There
Yes, ma'am.
were Asian jurors. There were, I believe, this off the top of my head, 3 Hispanic jurors. There were jurors that were from Middle East descent.
Yes.
I mean, those are not white jurors.
But they're not Black either, okay? Look at her ugly. Oh, my God. I don't like to call people ugly, but look at her attractive, deficient face. Okay, I can't take too much more of this. We're going to listen to about 3 more minutes, and then we're out.
This jury
ma'am.
pool, and I'm referring to the Pettit jury, not the pool of 200 that you bring in to strike the jury. The Pettit jury is the 12 jurors and the alternates. In
Yes,
the
ma'am.
Pettit jury, there were Hispanics, Asians, and people of Middle Eastern descent. So why is it just so convenient for people to say it was an all-white jury, it wasn't fair? That is not true.
They need a narrative to spin. I mean, they're hanging on for dear life at the end of the rope, and they're running out of time, and they're running out of things to say, and they're desperate.
I was stunned. I don't know if you were, Mr. Metcalf, when the defense did not put the defendant on the stand, because in every self-defense case I have ever prosecuted or investigated, you really have to hear from the defendant. You have to hear their side. Nobody.
Now, allegedly, Karmelo did want to get on the stand. This is all alleged. I wasn't there, but I was told that Karmelo wanted to get on the stand, and that, in fact, his attorney, Mike Howard, told him that was a bad idea. He specifically supposedly wanted to get up there when they were questioning or talking about why he was under the tents and all of that. So he specifically wanted to speak to those accusations and whatnot. But the attorney allegedly told him that's not a good idea. Okay, so that's not Karmelo's fault.
Self-defense is when you, the defendant, are in immediate fear of serious physical, bodily harm or death. Immediate fear.
Let me tell you all something. Listen to how this devil keeps talking about immediate fear, immediate fear. But when she's saying all of that, when Daniel Penny took the life of Jordan Neely on the subway, Jordan Neely was not doing anything to him. All he was doing was talking loud and being erratic, vocally, verbally. He wasn't physically doing anything to anyone. And Daniel Penny, in fact, was behind him. But they said he was protecting the other people on the train from Jordan Neely, who was doing nothing, like I said, but being loud. Okay, did she say all of that then? Of course she didn't. These people are deemed as heroes. Okay, when a white person kills a Black person who wasn't even bothering them, who was unarmed and didn't do anything, they can easily lie and say it was self-defense. Oh, I fear for my safety. And there was nothing to fear. But when a Black person has a legit reason to be afraid, then they say, oh, it has to be immediate fear. And you have to use the same. No, you don't. Okay, that's not what the laws in Texas say, ma'am. Okay, but let's continue.
That you're going to die.
If you know what I mean, my hats finally have a home. It lets me keep all my hats in.
Who else can describe your immediate fear other than you? Nobody. That said, He chose to take the Fifth Amendment. He did not testify. We can only wonder why, but, well, I've definitely put the cart before the horse.
I wonder why she's not asking him why Hunter didn't testify. Hunter was right there, and it was his brother. I would have thought that Hunter would have such a much more impactful testimony. Okay, but we all know why Hunter didn't get up there and testify. Okay, please pay attention. At the end of the day, let's continue.
Let's start at the beginning. I want to start with where you were and what happened the day that Austin was killed.
I can remember it clear as day. I was standing in this room right here in my living room, and the phone rang. It was Coach Jackson, and he said he received a report that Austin was stabbed at Kirkendall Stadium. It took me about 4 minutes to get there. I live very close to Kirkendall Stadium. I was able to get there before, when they were putting Austin on the gurney. And that's when I saw his face and saw him and saw the blood. And when I saw his face, I've seen death before, and I knew he was gone. And that image will probably never be gone out of my head. As soon as I was screaming at the EMTs, what hospital? Once I found that out, I just turned into what I call survival instinct mode. And I went into, okay, where's Hunter? I need to find Hunter. And so I went to Hunter. He was hysterical. I just tried to calm him down enough to where, we prayed together. I said, let's get in the car. I need to get you. Let's go to the hospital. We drove to the hospital. We're praying all along. I didn't really want to tell him what he already knew himself. When I saw the doctors walk in, I knew what they were fixing to say. And when they told us that Austin had passed away, Hunter just lost. We all lost it, but Hunter especially. And it took 5 people to hold him down. We had to get him sedated and just admitted for a little bit. And then we couldn't even see the body for hours because now it was a crime scene and they had to process the body. And so at that time, friends and families and students just started gathering at the hospital. And eventually, everyone heard the news. And from there is where I just started to.
I want you all to pay attention. Now, here's the thing. Metcalf is just putting on a show as far as I'm concerned. Okay, and here's the thing too. Pay attention to the differences and what was testified to in court. Now, he just sat there and he said, see, the truth's coming out. Okay, the truth is coming out. Now, there's been a gag order all this time until the trial was over. And now we see why there was a gag order, because people like him, he talks too much. Okay, so he said that he got Hunter and they went to the hospital. And then Hunter broke down and he didn't want to tell Hunter what he already knew. But I thought in the courtroom, they said that Hunter was there holding his brother, trying to give medical aid until help arrived, and that his brother died in his arms. Isn't that what they said? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because isn't that what they said? That Hunter supposedly was holding Austin when he died in his arms? That's what they said in the courtroom, right? But now he's saying that he was pronounced dead at the hospital, which I already knew that. Okay, that was in some earlier reports, if I'm not mistaken. But you all hear this? Okay, please pay attention. Now, with that all being said, let's go to what Dr. Umar had to say about this. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. I mean, the lies are all coming out, but he wants to say we're grasping at straws. Sir, it was an unfair trial. You all lied, manipulated justice, and did everything you could to get this young man sentenced, to get him a conviction. That's what they did.
First of all, I want to say this. Caucasian nation, the good white folks of America, are so disingenuous. And the reason I say Caucasian nation is so disingenuous, Loon, is because when black people receive an unfair trial, we are supposed to respect the verdict. But when white people feel that they haven't received a fair trial, they don't have to respect the verdict. The other thing that makes Caucasian nation so disingenuous, Loon, is they always like to treat every black case in its own special vacuum. In other words, when we talk about Karmelo Anthony, we can't talk about
George Zimmerman.
You can't put it in context.
Can't mix it.
We can't talk about Rick Child, who took Cyrus Carmack Belton's life. We can't talk about Kyle Rittenhouse getting off, Rick Child getting off. Daniel Penny choked a man out in a New York subway and got off on standing his ground, and the man never touched him. The reason white society, Caucasian nation, doesn't like black people to discuss our legal lynchings in context, because if you put it in context, Loon, you cannot come to any other decision that there are two standards of justice in this country. One black, one white, and it's been that way for 407 years. Now, with that being said, we have to understand that to be black in America is a crime in and of itself. In fact, the original crime of America is to be black.
The original crime.
The original crime. The original
The
sin,
first crime.
The first crime was to be black. Because remember, Loon, we were never supposed to be citizens.
Okay, no lies detected. Neil said he's on point for a change. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to listen to this live. Hold on, let me read Kevin's comment. Said the coach who testified in the trial said that Hunter was nowhere near his brother after the incident. One of the coaches stated that he was pulled away by one of the coaches. Exactly, beloved, exactly. But they wanted everyone to think they said that he was there holding his brother in his arms as he died. Now, that was just all for shock value and to make people have so much empathy and sympathy. Because just imagine a 17-year-old's brother, his twin brother, that dying in his arms. Now, I will say that it is a sad thing that Austin died. Like, I don't wish that on anyone. That was absolutely sad. But the bottom line is this whole trial was a sham, and it absolutely was self-defense. I don't care what anyone says. These people who think they know the law and they don't, these people out here talking, specifically the black people who are sitting out here talking. And speaking of that, let's go to it first before I get to this this TikTok live. These black people who are out here, you know, speaking about it, and they didn't even watch the trial, didn't follow it at all, didn't do any research about the laws in Texas, and they just don't know what they're talking about. But they want to act like we're all just grasping at straws and that we need to basically listen to them. Now, this woman by the name of Janisha, what is her name? She's a whole raccoon. She was on Fox. She was saying everything they wanted her to say. She's your typical, what do I want to call her? Bootlick. Okay? Now, she's on this clip that I'm going to show you on the Will Kane show. All right? And this is the amazing Lucas who posted this clip. I'm glad he posted it because I was looking for it and couldn't find it anywhere. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to put an overlay on this. Now listen to her. She says everything that they want to hear.
Her name, who is on the Fox News network, and that's always, you know, that's That's always strike one. Honestly, 2 strikes. But she's on the Fox News Network, and she's talking about how, Austin did nothing wrong, and she wants to give a shout out to all the kids who went up on the stand and everything.
It was not Austin's fault. And can I just give a shout out to all of the students that actually testified?
And I want you to just take note at how giddy, I forgot his name, I think it's Kane or something, this dude is on the Fox News, right? How happy he is. Like, yeah. And that there was so much diversity. All the kids were black. You know that? That's great. Isn't that awesome?
They didn't have to
so
go up there
many
and
were
tell
black,
the truth on the stand.
Right? And it was such a racially diverse witness box. So everything else going on outside, inside there, the ones telling the truth and caring about the facts and the evidence was kids of every color.
First of all, let me just say this. He wants to try to make it seem as though even the black teenager said this and that happened. First of all, here's what we should know. All of those kids were going to say whatever they were told to say because they were all coached. That's obvious. There's no ifs, ands, and there's no buts. Okay, those kids were coached. At the end of the day, everyone got their stories together because they all said something different in the beginning, as I've said. Also, let's look at the fact that they all live there. Okay, they all live there. They all know each other. Nobody wants to be the odd man out. No one wants to be shunned by their own community. No one wants to be threatened or terrified or any of those things. Okay, and you don't think that these people were being intimidated possibly? I absolutely believe they were, because I found out from listening to that TikTok live that there was a sign hanging on I-75 or one of the roads or whatever, so that the potential jurors would see it on the way to court. Okay, likely to intimidate people. So I can only imagine, okay, what people who live in that town who had anything to do with the trial and they had to testify or were even a member of the jury, I can only imagine what they were thinking. Okay, please pay attention.
If you go to her Twitter, apparently she's trying to take pictures with Rihanna. And, you get those people. I understand, especially if you're an immigrant coming over here. She's from Jamaica, just so happens to be. And, you want to be a part of the in crowd in America, the Hollywood scene. I understand. But, it gets to a point where, how do you sleep at night, right? It gets to a point, like, doesn't your stomach get upset, right? Doesn't it get upset? Because she is just tap dancing and then has the audacity to talk about you reap what you sow, obviously referring to Karmelo Anthony.
Cover them and pray for them as well. Pray for the families. But you reap what you sow. And Karmelo, you were wrong. He was wrong for that.
I miss you like a hog miss fly, like a.
Stay in Jamaica, and then go on to a network that seemingly is anti-Jamaicans or is trying to portray Jamaicans in a negative light. Go on their network and regurgitate that narrative.
Let me tell you something else I noticed about some of these immigrants who almost look like us. Now, this doesn't apply to all of them, but let me just say this. Just like that lady is of Jamaican ethnicity, and she's up there just going against us, African Americans, FBA, whatever you call yourselves, the bottom line is, you see how we will defend them when the shoe's on the other foot? Look at how we were talking about, and I reported on it, several Black people did, but look at how we were talking about how they're being treated in Jamaica. How the Asian people in Jamaica and the Caucasian people are not even allowing them to go to certain beaches and all of this, and not allowing them at certain resorts in their own homeland. You see how we stick up for them? You see how we praise, we stand up for Africa? Ibrahim Traore. Okay, I'm just saying, you all think about that. Julius Malema. Just think about that now. But when it's us, they don't have that same energy. And if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't even be here. And I find that interesting. But like I said, I'm not talking about all of them, but for the ones that are raccoons, this is how they do us. They have no gratitude at all whatsoever. And we don't do the same to them. At least most of us don't. But let's continue.
That, to me, is the ultimate betrayal. And I would expect that the Jamaican people would, want me served up on a dish. That's what I would think. I would think, yeah, I'm probably not going to last the end of the day. So might as well, have fun and live the rest of the night. And that fear of repercussions for your anti-Black actions, that fear needs to come here to the country, all right, to America. That's what needs to happen. And I don't know what we need to do. Maybe we need to make a truce with Africa, because it seems that they're deporting all their Sambo soldiers to the U.S. That's what it seems like they're doing. Like all the pro-Africans, all the pro-Black people, they staying in Africa and they deporting. Oh, we don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. Bye, 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 bye. And they're sending them here to America. Fam, we already have our Sambo population is already too damn high. We have enough. We are full. Okay, we are full. All right. I mean, we saw what they did with the South Africans. They send them over here. Listen, we are full. We are full of.
This is crazy. Okay, now let's continue. I'm going to move on. Okay, so as I said, we're going to be listening to this live, and some of it I'm going to put on the screen, but this first part we're going to listen to, I wasn't able to upload it for some reason. It just was giving me too much trouble trying to upload it to my phone so I could transfer it to the computer. Now, here is the sign that I was talking about that they hung over the bridge. Okay, and you'll hear them mention that in one of these, one of the TikTok videos. See that? This is what they hung for the people to see as they rode past. They've got masks over their faces and all of that. So I'm just saying, seems like they were trying to intimidate the people, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so let's continue. With that all being said, and they're saying Charleston White is just done. Hold on. Before we get into it, let's go to Charleston White. Now, for those people that think that Charleston White is secretly working behind the scenes to try to help the family, I assure you he isn't. Okay, I assure you he isn't. I know it's wishful thinking, but at this point, we all need to realize exactly who Charleston White is. A piece of shite. Okay, a piece of shite. That's who and what he is.
He already is going to be in, he probably already is going to be in there for because you got into it with his father. I don't think that's cool either. So either way you slice this man, I think it's foul.
Let me just say this also. I don't know if you all noticed this, but Charleston White came out talking real crazy about the Anthonys after, literally the day after Jeff Metcalf was on that podcast, and he made the comment about Charleston White being a crackhead, and then told him, said, "You think you're so smart?" He said, you're going to see. You're going to see. Okay, now after he said that, all of a sudden, Charleston White does a whole 360 and then now apologizes to him again. Okay, I find it interesting.
But this is what Charleston White was doing yesterday before all the antics today.
I want to say this to the Metcalf parents. If I have said anything that hurt you, I ask for your forgiveness. Forgive me. I was in my feelings, I was in my emotions, and I was in my own ideology at that moment. And with that being said, I want to talk to the father, not the mother. When I look at this situation, the absence of the mother in front of the camera lets me know that's a grieving mother. And I want to tell you, Mr. Metcalf, I have no quarrels with you, sir. I initially agreed with you, as I do still agree with you. I did my best. I did my best. I heard you say it, and I made a call without hearing you say it. This is not about race. You have every right to be angry. You have every right to hate. And I'm telling black people, nobody have a right to be mad at you. You don't have a right to be mad at those parents. If we take us out of it and put those two kids back of it because we lost two children, we're arguing. We brought race into it. Black people introduced it. White people accepted it.
This Negro said black people introduced it. The racial aspect of it. He said black people introduced it, the white people accepted it. Are you all listening to this man? Okay. He did another interview. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to see this comment. He did another interview, a whole interview about an hour long, Queen. Really? Thank you, Butterfly Voice. Yeah, Dina said, "You mad, massa? I cyber, don't hate me." Exactly. That's exactly how he sounds. Okay, now he's trying to pin it on black people. He knows darn well we're not the ones who made this about race. Okay, please pay attention. If it were up to us, it would never depend on race, but that's what they always do. But just listen to him and also listen to how calmly and respectfully he's talking. Okay, not all that hooping and hollering and cursing like when he's addressing black people.
From start to now, I've been trying to reject it. Why? It takes the focus off both children.
I didn't have a problem with that, honestly, in a vacuum. But you take that and you add the context of what Charleston White did immediately afterwards. People have a problem with that. They feel like Charleston White is bowing down to Jeff Metcalf. I don't even feel like Austin Metcalf's family itself is getting backlash. It's just Jeff Metcalf, because Jeff Metcalf did that racist rant, right? He went off calling Karmelo Anthony a watermelon felon. Like, you know, he claims there's black fatigue and black people this and we do this, and like 70-something% of our household are single father household, which is not true whatsoever. So he was making up lies about black people. He was like, you know, just like saying slurs, all type of stuff, bro. So Jeff Metcalf did bad. So when people see Charleston White make this video, essentially bowing down to Jeff Metcalf, they had a problem with it. And then you pair this up with Charleston White immediately following up with a Karmelo Anthony watermelon felon t-shirt. It looks bad. It looks terrible. It's a bad look. Bro, again, man, I don't know what Charleston White's motivation are. All I can say, man, as a man, consistency in your moral compass is all you have. So if you believe that Karmelo Anthony is this, then you shouldn't move like this. If you believe Karmelo Anthony was guilty all this time, then you shouldn't have been moving like this, right? As a man, all we got is really our word. And if you believe in something, you move with conviction. If you don't believe in it, just doing it to do it, especially when it comes to something this serious, I don't support it at all.
Charleston White is just worthless at this point, okay? The butterfly voice said, "Oh, Queen, you're going to be upset. This dude trademarked watermelon fell in the name and said he's selling t-shirts." Yeah, he is selling t-shirts, beloved. I've seen the t-shirts. I reported on that yesterday. And some people were trying to foolishly say, "Oh, he's doing that to raise money for the Anthonys." No, he's not. He's doing that to raise money for himself because he's an opportunist and a grifter. Okay, that's what it is. And it's time that it needs to be called out and we need to banish him. Okay, that's what we need to do. Now, let's get into this TikTok. Like I said, they had some interesting points that they were bringing out. This first part, we're not going to see it on the screen because I couldn't get it to upload. Okay, it was taking too long. That's why I was late to the live, just so you know. Okay, but let's get into it.
In connection with the Karmelo case was completely in consort of basically destroying his life, okay? What Jasmine said is really, really major, because if we're looking at what takes place when a case gets started, we have the adults that was on the scene, the cops that come, okay? The cops came, they give their evaluations. You probably had onlooking parents, onlooking kids. I'm sure some of the kids probably ended up leaving because they were scared, you know. I'm sure not everybody was there, but the first agency that has to be informed is whoever was at the track meet, right? The teachers. Then next will be the police department. Then after that, the police department, they do the investigative work, and then it's going to go over to the DA, right? Now it gets over to the DA. The DA has figured out, we want to charge Karmelo Anthony for murder based on the information that is coming from who? The police department. They're the one that does the investigation and brings the DA enough information to bring on these charges, okay? Then from there, Karmelo's family realizes that there's going to be some type of indictment or some type of charges, so now they need an attorney, okay? So we get the attorney, and then the attorney, they're doing their work or whatever have you, which we all know was a disaster from the beginning to the end. And now we bring it over here. It's being tried in court with the judge. So basically what I'm saying is every agency affiliated with this case basically was in complete consort, and they came together, including the families of the children and the students that went to the same high school as Austin. Because one thing that I say on my platform that I always share no matter what is the only thing that those families are thinking about is this Black boy killed a child at our school. Okay, they have blotted out every other aspect of what they could have did. They don't care about that. They're only focused on the end result. Austin is dead. What do we do? How are we going to fix this? Okay, so it's more than just this judge. We know the judge. Okay, so in reference to what Jasmine said, the only way that information can be presented into a trial is if the judge allows this information in the process of discovery. Okay, in discovery, that judge should have been able to notice that there was a discrepancy with the date and the information on the video, and it's up to the judge to determine if the video had been altered.
Let me tell you all what she's talking about. This is very explosive information. Okay, I'm so glad I caught this live. So basically, what she is saying is that the video that was shown in the courtroom was edited. They manipulated the video. It even had the wrong dates on it. It had a date from 2016. Now they're going to explain to you how they did this. And there's also a guy who works for the Department of Homeland Security who's in this live, and he's going to explain how they did it.
Before it is presented as in discovery and
can I interrupt you real quick? You're absolutely correct. The first thing the judge said in his interview was that the first thing he did was go to IT and get the video. He admitted that. The judge admitted that in his interview 2 days after sentence. Yes, y'all don't have that video.
Hang on, y'all. Hold up. I gotta get some clarity. First of all, Jasmine, y'all don't. I'll let you know when I'm done. Please.
Now this is the former MAGA person who's hosting the live. This guy that you hear talking, this is a white guy. He's former MAGA, okay, according to him. And this is him hosting the live. This is what he's saying. Now let's listen.
This is very important. Amanda, get Sherrod in here. I just tried. I can't get him.
Okay, let me find him.
If anybody knows how to get Sherrod on the phone right now, because I'm using my main phone, I need his ass in here. Hold on. This is lining right up with my theory. I gotta ask you something, Jasmine. Are you saying because of where the videotape said on that date, finish the rest of what you're trying to tell me? What about the fact that it has that date? I understand that date's definitely not when it happened. Tell me your theory, Jasmine. Tell me.
So here it is. So say, for instance, I have a video of you, country boy, and I'm trying to convince the world that you robbed the bank on August the 13th. So I can...
Hold on, Jasmine. Go ahead, Jasmine.
So me, I know I'm telling the world that you robbed a bank on August the 13th. Let's just use Karmelo's date of the incident. April 2nd, 2025, right? You robbed the bank April 2nd, 2025. And I'm trying to convince a jury that you didn't just go in there being a good citizen. I'm trying to convince them that you robbed it. But your defense is that, no, I just went in there and handed them an envelope. So what I do, I go to the police and I say, hey, let's get your body cam. We're going to use your body cam to kind of distort the video to make it look like what I'm saying.
Whoa! Right there. Okay. Everybody, please don't take no disrespect. I'm telling y'all, please, y'all, I can't stress you much enough. I got to get some clarity. Are you telling me that's why the video played in clips and it showed Mello coming in after they were already sitting down?
Mel said the only video that they seen.
Yes or no?
Ask your question one more time.
All right, please work with me here. Y'all, this kid's like, y'all, please. Jasmine, are you telling me that that's why the video was played in clip format? And in trial, it shows. I've had a confirmed source in the trial, and I'm not at liberty to tell you who, that told me that it shows Austin and them sitting down and then Mello coming in afterwards.
No, not that part. No, the video is clipped. They only seen a 5-second video in court.
Okay, so are you telling me that this officer had been doing video clips to build? I mean, I'm trying to understand.
That no, I don't want to say that. All I can say is that his video.
I'm telling you, I got one of the best agents. I want you to tell me what you believe they've done. I'm not hollering at you. I'm hollering for this kid.
They scrubbed Karmelo Anthony's video for the jury. They didn't.
I don't doubt that, but they're not gonna get away with it. But go ahead, tell me what you think's going on with this body cam date. What do you think they've done to make a jury? What did they do? Come on, tell me. I don't give a fuck about this app. Tell me.
Well, I mean, it just happened so fast. I don't want to give my full theory yet.
Now I want you all to pay attention because these people are afraid to say exactly what they know and what they think. Okay, she has a whole theory and she knows something, but she doesn't want to say it because last night, according to her, they were saying that there was some video that someone had or somebody did a video and the video was taken down like real quick. It was scrubbed. And they said it was scrubbed off of YouTube and it was then scrubbed off of TikTok. But they said someone recorded it with their screen recorded it when it was on YouTube with their phone or something. You all hear all of that, but there's some shady stuff going on supposedly.
No, the video, what Mel said, and he said he shared it with someone else in court. Like, man, do you see that? That the body cam of the officer's video said February 2016. I can't remember who he said February.
They didn't even have body cams then.
He said the date said 2016.
So what you're saying, because of that date, that debunks the whole video?
Hold on, Brittany said, why is he being rude to her? Honey, he's rude to everybody. That's how he talks. He's rude. He'll tell people not to talk over him, but he talks over everybody. He was really getting on my nerves with that.
I'm saying about the date is that how can an incident that happened in 2025 have the date of your body cam of February 2016?
I understand that, but now can you tell me how they come up with all these?
Country, I just watched the video 10 minutes ago. I don't know. But I know.
Girl, you're smart. That's not what I'm asking you, girl. That's why I need you to calm down because you know, and I know that when we get worked up, sometimes our brain gets hit. It stops working, right? Jasmine, you're one of the smartest people I've met on here since this shit. Listen to me. Are you telling me that for that date to be on there, which I can promise you, Congress didn't order body cams nowhere near that date yet. That was like the 2020 bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you telling me that for that date to be on there?
Yeah. I'm telling you that date to be on there shows that they have messed around with these videos and they didn't even pay attention that the dates don't match up. Whether or not they
know what's going on.
I really wish he would stop interrupting and let her finish.
They scrubbed everything off of something for that date, and then they put these clips together with that screen with the date.
That's why I sent the video. I sent the screenshot to Amanda. That's the title of the whole his show. It said they scrubbed Anthony's dates.
And I'm showing here, country.
This is that.
Hold on. The Senate passed the body worn camera bill in 2015. So that could absolutely be correct that that's when officers started wearing body cameras in 2015.
They did that shit after Trump.
I just Googled it. It said 2010.
No, that's not accurate.
After the Amber Geiger cases when they made it mandatory not to stop recording, but body cams came out in
2020.
Here's the thing where I want us to
we all cannot look. This is serious business here.
Let me read Tyreek's comment. Tyreek said, so you push me, I say touch me again and find out while holding my hand on a weapon. That's premeditated murder. Yeah, if that's what happened, maybe it would be, but that's not what happened, okay? That's not what happened. That's not what they said in the beginning. Like, literally, you And everybody who is saying the things that you're saying did not obviously follow the trial. You didn't pay attention to what was actually said in the beginning. You didn't see the police reports or any of those things. If you did, you would know that that's not true. He was not holding his hand in the backpack the whole time. How do we know that? Because in 2025, Hunter did an interview. And in the interview, Hunter said out of his mouth that Austin grabbed the backpack. Okay, Austin threw the backpack. So if Austin threw it, how was his hand in the backpack the whole time? Okay, I've said this for days, but you haven't been here. Clearly, you're new to this channel, and that's why you haven't heard that. But that's exactly what happened. You can go do the research to find out. Go look up Hunter's old video, the interviews. There's two of them at least, and I've showed them both, and as have other people. So go look that up, listen to what he says, and then tell me how it makes sense as to them saying. And also, it's just so idiotic anyway for people to believe what they were saying, because you mean to tell me that someone came up there and testified that Austin walked up 5 rows of bleacher, got in Karmelo's face, and they were having a back and forth, and then Austin says, I don't want to fight. And then he just tapped him on the arm like that. He just barely tapped him, okay, according to one of the witnesses, and then Melo stabbed him. Does that make sense to you? That doesn't make any sense. Why would someone stab someone for just touching them like that? Okay, but that's what they wanted to portray to the jury. But that's not what they said in the beginning. Now, if you keep listening, you'll learn something. But let's continue.
Here, this one here, we got to put focus on.
Right. So, country, I want us to stay focused. This is the distraction. Let's not focus on the body cam. Let's stay focused on why they would show that in court. Let's stay focused on why the judge allowed no cameras in court.
That's right.
Let's stay focused. Now, the real thing, what made me scared is when TikTok scrubbed it from everywhere. It's scrubbed from YouTube. It's scrubbed from TikTok. Let's stay focused on that.
Why the hell did they scrub that video? Why did they scrub that video? Because the truth is coming out. That's why. Now, I want you all to pay attention. Okay, the truth is coming out. Okay, please pay attention.
We can't play detectives on the dates when body cams are issued.
Don't get emotional. Keep your voice calm. Go ahead, girl.
I'm really scared. I'm really scared. I feel like I want to change my profile name. I've sent it to 10 people.
I understand all that. I got my brother sitting right out there right now with his you-know-what. Go ahead, I'm listening.
So here's the thing. If what I'm telling you is my theory, obviously it's the truth. Because why would you just delete a YouTube video?
Exactly.
This is a man that has YouTube shows. You just deleted that video?
Are you telling me that my theory is right, that this just was an incident, that it became to be something?
Hold on. Let me tell you this too, because I left this out.
Let me, come on, Jasmine. Are you telling me that this surrounds KP somehow?
Let me tell you this too, so you guys are no factual. Listen, do you know I was watching that?
Honey, answer me so I don't forget.
I'm going to forget to tell you this first, and I'm going to answer that. Do you know, y'all? This is how you know it's serious. I was watching the video from the girl Sweetie, 26. Do you know she had used her phone to record the video on her TV? That's how y'all know this is real. It wasn't even like she
did that with her glass. You talking about the one that did it with the meta glasses?
No, she had her phone. She had her phone, and she was recording the YouTube channel of House of Hypocrites. She was just recording
the video in the school.
No, I'm just telling you the video that came on my FYP. It was
now, can I get my question in there, everybody, please? Y'all, look, I've been on to another theory, and people are like, oh, no, you crazy. Not in here. Look, if this theory is correct, we got to find a way to get this kid out of there. I've always said it earlier, that's Ken Paxton's jurisdiction in Frisco, in case y'all didn't know that. He's got a big ass home in that district. I said that this surrounded him because of this 1.7 million and everything. Y'all understand what I'm trying to tell you? I've got it figured out now why they would have a date in 2016, because they wiped the video date off clean from that date, and then they slid all these clips from the school video onto it, and they forgot about the fucking date on it.
And so Mel tried to discredit T-Bird, and he was like, T-Bird, I just keep hearing everybody.
Now, the Mel that she's talking about is Mel that covers cases and stuff like that. He was in my chat the other day, if you all remember, because I met him when I was in New York when we were all covering the Diddy trial. Okay, so that's who she's talking about. Okay, please pay attention. He does good investigative work.
On TikTok, like Secret Sound, you know, the one guy that they said had a sexual assault. I thought that everybody was just piggybacking off of his story and going around saying the same thing. T-Bird said, no disrespect to you, Mel. I give you all the respect in the world. He said, but I saw this video in 2025, and I can say the same story. So for them to just be having this discussion, and at the very last 10 seconds is when Mel, it's like he didn't want to say it with his arrogant self, but he said it. So you had to watch the whole.
No wonder why Sarah Fields has got everybody watching all these fucking pages, y'all. The dad is they're all in on this whole shit. Ken Paxton, if you hear me, come fuck around and find out.
They fucked around and found out, messing with that young man right there. And that just explains and it exposes the whole situation. Like, it exposes everybody.
Court, they only knew the date wouldn't even have sufficed that.
The defense attorneys was supposed to object it, and evidently the judge allowed that to go in. All of that is done during discovery.
And not only that, paralegal and Jasmine, guess what? You said they only showed it to the fucking jury. That means that dude Austin up in here lied last week.
Wait, Country, can I have?
Wait a minute, Nick-Nack. Nick-Nack, please.
Turn it down.
I'm on. I know, but please, I'm on to something here, y'all.
Listen, some of you are talking about his he's loud and all this and that. Just chew the meat and spit out the bones, okay? Just take from the conversation what you can. Stop focusing on the wrong thing and pay attention to the evidence or the things that they're bringing out, okay? Stop being sidetracked.
There was a boy, Austin, in here the other day, said he was getting ready to go in the military, said he was at the trial one day. He told us he's seen what they showed in the video. So if they only showed it to the jury, he was fucking lying to us.
We saw the video, Country. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't understand what's going on.
Hold on, honey. You're coming in after the conversation when you didn't hear what we were talking about earlier. Jasmine, are you sure they only showed it to the jury?
What Mel said in the House of Hypocrites podcast, he said they showed the video to the jury. It was highlighted white dots for Austin and highlighted white dots for his twin brother. He said the video was it showed like a 5-second clip of what happened.
The butterfly voice. Are you being sarcastic, beloved? Listen, now that's what I heard too, that they showed like a 5-second clip in the courtroom. Okay, out of an 11-minute video, they showed 5 seconds. Okay, so please pay attention. You already know they were trying to push a narrative.
He said they turned it to the jury for them to see. Now, Nick-Nack, did they turn the video to the jury?
Nick-Nack, I'm just trying to finish with her. I'm not. Who got rid of her?
Okay, well.
So you're saying they did see it in open court, then they turned it to the jury.
I'm only repeating.
From what I understand, only the jury was able to view that.
That's what Mel said.
From my understanding, only the jury was able to view the video.
So they didn't show the video to the rest of the fucking court?
No.
So what my interpretation, what Mel was trying to say is that they showed, I guess, maybe the court some of the video, but what they turned the screen to the jury was only a 5-second clip or something like that. A 5 second.
Now, pay attention to Marie's comment. Marie said they didn't even convict on any evidence. Exactly. They had a shoddy case from the start. That's why they had to use all of these lies and have the witnesses all be coerced or basically, groomed on what to say, coached on what to say. That's why they had to have no cameras in the courtroom. That's why they manipulated the video. That's why the judge knew about it prior and so did the defense, and they didn't object to it because they knew all of this stuff about that video being manipulated during the discovery phase. Okay, they would have known that then. And then, like they said, the judge said that he went to get the video. He said that in the interview. Now, I don't recall him saying that. I'm going to go back and check the interview, but that's what the lady said, Jasmine.
This stuff is supposed to prove. Look, I can only repeat to you what I've seen in the video and try to repeat it word for word. Y'all want to know something?
Hey, everybody, I've been known that it was clips. Okay, I've always known that is tampering with evidence. But if the judge said in an interview that he went and got the video, he's going to fucking prison right there. Go ahead.
I wonder if there was an incident. And then remember, you have to understand that each side is trying to prove their theory. Okay, so it can be clips. They just can't completely edit it and change
They touched the video, paralegal. There was no reason. These were 16, 17-year-olds.
Because they were trying to scam everybody. Yeah, they were scamming.
No, paralegal, huh? My voice has to elevate when everybody cuts me off, and I'm losing my voice because of all this fucking goddamn shit pesticides being sprayed around the goddamn country. Listen to me, y'all. Something happens to this kid.
That judge ain't shit. He's the fucking main one. He is the main one that's supposed to make sure all the evidence is legit.
I know, let me finish. They're not allowed to touch that video. Who's got a bunch of background noise? Look, I'm sorry. I'm not doing no. You come up on a panel, you show respect. Look, y'all, please listen to me. This is fucked up. I don't know why y'all think that it's okay. It's not. They're not allowed to actually mess with that video. That video is to be shown the way the video was recorded, and especially this particular case, folks. There's no look, y'all weren't here when I started this live.
Listen, some of y'all are complaining about how this man is talking, but it doesn't bother me at all because I'm trying to get to the information that I want to hear. Also, I feel like this is how I talk to people sometimes when they're trying to go back and forth and debate me. And y'all have seen me do it, so sit down somewhere, okay?
I told everybody, when a man didn't really know all the background of this case, the judge should have never even had a right to suppress this trial the way that he did. What minors that were below 16 years old? Can I please finish? You can try an adult at 17 in Texas or all these other states, but yet you want to treat them like little kids or some shit when it comes to testifying in court or when they're on a video. I'm going to tell you what I do know about this video. They may have pointed on to the people, but you can't clearly see that's who it is. The only reason you can identify Mello in that video, you know how? He's the only one sitting down at fucking first, but they didn't show it like that. I've already had some people, and Nick Nack was here. She can validate this. I'm not going to say who, that was at that trial. And we know for a fact when they did that cursive thing they're talking about, them clips are ass backwards.
Now, they said the clips were inserted backwards, but also he said that Nick Nack could verify this. Well, she could have, except that he pissed Nick Nack off with all of that loud talking and yelling at people. So Nick Nack got the hell out of there. And she was his backup. But let's continue.
It don't show Mello at first sitting down. It shows Mello walking in as if he was going to see Eddie P. And the others are already there standing up. Did y'all know that? Yeah. That's the truth on Country Boy Facts and on my Bible as I know it. I can tell you that to be a fact. There's certain things I cannot say. I told you y'all we're doing things behind the scenes here. But this is very concerning. But I want want y'all to know they cannot touch that video. That is altering and tampering, what's conspiring and altering and tampering with evidence of a criminal trial.
Yeah, he's right.
Exculpatory evidence as well.
He's right, because I told y'all that the other day. They have withheld exculpatory evidence. This is great grounds for an appeal. He's absolutely going to be granted the appeal because and here's the thing. Now, after Karmelo was sentenced and all of that, Collin County assigned him a public defender because he didn't have an attorney. And that's another thing. Pay attention to how Mike Howard just dropped him at the end. He was out of there. So they assigned him a public defender. That's why his family is trying to raise money for the appeal. And they need to hurry up and get this appeal process going because, like I told you, in Texas, if you're going to file an appeal based on the grounds of inadequate counsel, it must be done within 30 days of your sentencing. Okay? So time is of the essence.
When you tamper with exculpatory evidence, I don't give a fuck where you're at, that's a felon. That violated the defendant's rights when they touched that video. Period.
Can I say something before I forget?
You go ahead then, apparently. Y'all wouldn't holler at y'all, wouldn't do that.
I understand. Okay.
I got to raise my voice sometimes because I'm losing the voice. Go ahead. Was there.
Okay.
Go ahead, ladies.
Okay, so basically, another part in the YouTube video that they were talking about that is very important. They were talking about how everyone who went to the school to see the video spoke about how it was a lady named Michelle that directed. They said that everyone is saying the same name, Michelle. And so they asked Mel, the host asked Mel, he said, Mel, we're not trying to discredit your version of events in the courtroom. We're just trying to get some clarification because you said you seen a 5-second clip, but T Bird that watched the video in 2025 stated that he seen a
Get Ren up here, Amanda. I want Ren. And then I want Ty. Ty, come on right now.
Okay.
Amanda, can you let me down? No, I want Ty. Amanda, I want some wisdom in this. Ren, you're next.
So he asked Mel, he said, did you see a clear video or what kind of video did you see? Because T Bird that watched the 11-minute video stated that he seen it in 4K. He said it was grainy. Mel said in court it was a grainy video.
That's exactly what this person told me. Yep. In the court video, yes. Let me say this too. There's a lot of people on TikTok. Fuck y'all for your false line because this kid's sitting in prison right now. It's bullshit. You see even in the damn school video. That's a lie. There was haziness in the video, but when they zoom in, you can clearly see. I believe it was 5. I believe it started with 6. 2 veered off. 1, I believe it was 5 that actually walked toward Mello. I believe it was 5. Y'all seen it over a year ago. Go ahead, y'all.
Tiffany Billions.
This video, y'all.
Tiffany Billions just came out. They saying that Tiffany Billions has the video, and that's been going around on TikTok.
Yeah, they say she recorded it with her meta glasses, which I don't blame her if she did because, hey, why would anybody not pull some slick shit off like that when you've seen African American justice for years and years and years not appear to be fair?
That's on that. On a little clip that I seen of that, I can't see nothing. They're really watching this TikTok platform because I was trying to screen record the video, because when Tamira said I can't see it, I stayed on the video. But when you know how you swipe your screen down to record it, I got scared because my son's baby picture is on there. So what I was trying to do is go to my screensaver to get that off, get his picture off, so I have a blank screen. When I went back to it, the FYP changed.
You know what? They doxed me on something that happened to me 28 years ago.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to go to the end, closer to the end. So you all can hear what the guy from the Homeland Security has to say. John Mitchell says they just have to file that he is appealing within 30 days. Does not mean the whole thing needs to be done in 30 days. Well, exactly. That's what I'm talking about, beloved. I'm talking about filing it because we know they can't do the whole thing in 30 days. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
You're going to know the right time in the area you're in. Even cell phones point at a server, right?
Hold on.
So, like,
hold on. This is the guy from the Department of Homeland Security. Hold on.
Police Department.
Can I say something before I forget?
You go ahead then, apparently. Y'all wouldn't holler at y'all, wouldn't do that.
I understand. Okay.
I got to raise my voice sometimes because I'm losing my voice. Go ahead. Nick was there.
Okay.
Sir. Go ahead, ladies.
Hold on, we go there a little bit more.
When Tamira said I can't see it, I stayed on the video. But when you know how you swipe your screen down to record it, I got scared because my son's baby picture is on there. So what I was trying to do is go to my screensaver to get that off, get his picture off, so I have a blank screen. When I went back to it, the FYP changed.
You know what? They doxed me on something that happened to me 28 years ago almost. And I'm having to come out and defend myself so that way my people realize who I truly still am. And thank the Lord for y'all riding this fucking train. Hey, Tata, come on, man. How you doing, man? I love you, brother.
Hey, what's going on? Thank you.
I've always respected your point of views, and I've always respected the way you respect me.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
That's why I'm doing this right.
Yeah, I know, man. Look, you know I've been rocking with Karmelo from the beginning. I told you I don't think you should do a day. You also know I work for DHS, so I think it's important that I explain, like, how the body cams work, right?
Now, he said he works for DHS. Please pay attention.
The Obama administration actually introduced the body cams to police officers. It wasn't a bill. What they did was offer the incentives for police departments that would wear the body cam. So it's not a must.
Right, it's the volunteer thing. So maybe Texas jumped on the volunteer right away.
Yeah. So it wasn't a must.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, you good. It wasn't a must that every police department wear it, but most police departments in the country now have policies of their own that, like, guide that. But how they work anyway, all body cams are made by a company called Axon.
That's right.
What happens is when the police, they're not allowed to turn them off, right? Supposedly. But when they go back to the police station, it's two ways that this footage is uploaded. One, most police departments have when the police drive into their dock that it hits the Wi-Fi signal, is uploaded that way. The other way is they go in and they place the body cam footage actually in a dock itself, and then it uploads. But all police departments in the U.S. use a company called evidence.com, which is a secure thing that all evidence body cam footage gets uploaded to it. And then when prosecutors need evidence, it's then downloaded.
That's right.
To whatever drive that they get. Now, once it's downloaded to that drive, nobody in the police department touches it outside of the prosecutor. So it goes from secure link directly to the prosecutor. Now, if the video needs to be edited, like for instance, they have to go to a judge and say, this is the portion I want to see. The defense attorney then can say, no, I want to play this part also. You know, it's a negotiation of what can be seen.
Facts.
Also, when she talked about the time, you got to remember that everything works by NTP. Anybody in the chat that's in IT know NTP is a network protocol server, right? Which is like a time protocol server, which is like what keeps the world clocks going. So you would actually point your servers or your computers to this, just a time server. It automatically keeps the right time all the time. If you got a MacBook, you can
it's
actually
kind of like a cell phone, Tata, that it automatically going to know the right time in the area you're in.
Even cell phones point at a server, right? So like if you have a MacBook, you can go at your time in your settings. If you go to system preferences, look at your time, it'll show you what NTP you're looking at or that computer is pointing to. So if that time is off, it's because they never made sure that it was safe. Now, then in that case, you would have to prove to the judge that that footage is actually indeed from that day. And both sides would have to agree. If both sides doesn't agree, then the judge have to make a decision himself.
Right, but you know that in this particular case, the prosecutor, I'm going to tell y'all how I know it was the prosecutor. The prosecutor is the one that performs discovery with the defense. Y'all listen to me for a minute. The prosecutor has to sign a subpoena to the school. This is what he was required to do by law. They sign a subpoena to the school. The school releases it because he's also showing the credentials, and he has to sign a chain of custody too. Now, I'm not saying he went and picked it up, because this is something that they could have emailed to him, right? He has to acknowledge if they've done it by email that he got it. All these had to be put. Amanda, don't. I'm just gonna say, if y'all don't understand, ask Amanda, she'll tell you I'm right. Each and every time the prosecutor does something, it has to be annotated in the court journal docket for the case number. Once the prosecutor then takes it to have it cleaned up, or whatever the fuck we're gonna call this, they are allowed, as long as they've gotten permission. If there are minors involved, y'all, understand this, if there are minors involved. But that's all that can be done, is to white out the faces, or black. I hate to say black. I don't never like that term, of the minors in the video. But what I can guarantee you is, even with that video zoomed in, the best you could get is, you don't care what kind of IT person you are, you would have never been able to see. You would have never been able to see faces of identification. You would never be able to see the identification. You only can tell that there's definitely 4, or at least maybe 5 that approach. I can't remember that part, but I do know there were 6 walking together. You can see that. You got to understand this.
Look at the Debbie Downer in the chat. So Happy says, I worked in criminal, and trust me, unfortunately, Karmelo will remain in jail. First of all, he's in prison, not jail. And second of all, he won't remain there. Just because you worked in criminal what? What did you work in criminal what? Criminal justice? What, criminal what? Okay? That doesn't mean anything, beloved. You don't know what you're talking about just because you worked in criminal. Okay? I went to school and college for criminal justice. So with that all being said, I could say the same thing. None of us know what's going to happen, but what we do know is he's going to be granted an appeal because of all the inconsistencies and all of the shady things that happened during the trial. Okay? That's just the fact. And it'll be up to a judge, okay, in an appellate court to decide.
Camera was clean on turn 3 of the track. Do not ask me why. So when they do, God damn it, y'all have no respect sometimes when y'all come up on a panel.
Okay, so Happy, since you worked in criminal appeals, why don't I drop the link so you can get up here and tell us your expertise, okay, on what you know. Appeals takes years. We know it takes years. We know that. Okay, we've said that before, beloved. We know all of that. We know how the appeals process can take years. But the point is, at the end of the day, he's still going to get out eventually. Now let's continue.
Mute up, please. So when the prosecutor does that, he has to put it in the journal entry who he sent it to. Then they give it to the defense. Now let's say one of the defense attorneys was trying to do its job. Saxon, mute up, please. Was trying to do their job. All right? Check this out. I want you to understand this. I believe that one defense attorney was not at all trying to do their job. I believe it's possible that one defense attorney was, because of my reading the testimony. I'm looking at that for a reason. So when the defense attorney did receive it in discovery clause, right, where prosecution has to release anything to the defense, anything they wish to use at trial for the defense to have time to review. That should have been called right away by the defense. I don't give a damn which defense attorney. Hey man, this date, what the hell's up with this date? But something else that should have been called while I'm speaking on this, if they did anything else besides black out the faces, white out the faces, which they shouldn't have done anyway, because they couldn't see faces. I'll tell you another thing. The backs were fucking turned to this camera. Promise you that.
Okay, now that all been said, that concludes the first part. I'm going to go to the next, and you will be able to see this on the screen, so you'll get an idea of who's talking. Okay, let me just go ahead and put this on. Let me see which part I'm going to go to. The judge got the video. Okay.
Saying, hey man, did you know the judge admitted that he went and got the video? I hope that's not true, because if he admitted that, he's one of the dumbest former Marines I've ever known in my life. So I hope y'all understand what I'm saying here, and I want you to understand this. I've always had a narrative recently, and I've exposed it. And I'm going to say this, if you're watching, you tell Jeff Metcalf, I'm sorry he lost his son. I'm sorry for his entire family. But he's a motherfucking racist, and I dare him to approach me on July 4th down there in Texas. And you all can tell damn Toby Shook, you can tell them all. The two prosecutors, Warsi, all them. You can tell Ken Paxton. Y'all fucked around and you're going to find out, because if you kill me, I got news for you. You ain't going to like to find out who's coming after your ass that's got the real truth in this. I mean that. Let something happen to this boy. Country boy ain't stupid like a lot of motherfuckers want to try to make me out to be. I got real law enforcement up here where I live at. That's all I'm going to say to that. Remember, motherfuckers, while you watching, the sheriff's department are duly elected. They don't give a fuck about your state agenda. They don't give a fuck about your corruption to take a Senate seat in Texas. You motherfuckers let something happen to that boy. Y'all go ahead.
The way he goes on a whole rant and then just calmly says, y'all go ahead. Okay, so listen, So Happy says, no need to get mad at me. I'm just speaking facts. So Happy, no one is mad at you, honey, okay? Do you want us to be mad? Because no one is. We already have said this days ago. You're not telling us anything that anyone listening to my channel doesn't know. And I would absolutely bet money that I'm more of a legal expert than you are, okay? Now, I've already told them that we know he has to stay in jail or prison through the appeals process. Some people are given the opportunity to be out on bail while their appeal is going on. They're not going to do that with him. We already know that. Okay. So we know that he's going to be in prison. All right. It's okay. He's going to eventually get out. All right. Now just sit back and listen and learn. And if not, then you can leave. No one's mad. We don't get mad over here. Okay. We just present facts.
I believe Eddie P got the video because Dwayne Morris Turner said that Karmelo looked right into that boy camera. He looked one way and then he looked another way and he ran. So I believe that they also have a cell phone footage, because that's what he said. It's a cell phone footage of it.
So, Country, one more thing. The thing that I found funny is how many of the defense subpoenas went unanswered. A lot of the subpoenas were served to the police, and you know, when you're a police officer, you don't have to deliver it to the police themselves. You can actually give it to the captain chiefs. Yep.
If I told you it's been factually proven, Mike Howard or Toby Shook never entered any subpoenas, would you believe me?
That's terrible.
Mel said that he objected.
Hold on, Jasmine, honey, I love you. Hold on. Amanda. All right. Amanda, will you tell them, Amanda, that there was no subpoenas issued through the court docket of this case for Texas v. Anthony by the defense? Y'all listen.
So I did not know that. So we need this is good information. So he's saying that Mike Howard and Toby Shook, isn't that the other attorney, that they basically didn't subpoena for certain things that they lied about. He's basically saying they lied. They didn't subpoena, okay, for some of this some of the information. Yeah.
Okay, so when I checked it, when I was on here with Diamond yesterday, I didn't see any. But this morning when I checked it, it's updated a shit ton of stuff. Subpoena.
Now listen to this. It wasn't there at first, but then after, all of a sudden, there it is.
Up the wazoo. And I seen it this morning. But Diamond even agreed with me last night when she checked it. The only subpoenas we saw, and I actually was correct, it was June of 2025. There was 2 subpoenas issued, and that was it. Until I looked this morning.
But there were none.
No.
Then when you
there's
get
only
done, I
2.
want you. Can you hear me? Then when you get done, I want you to explain to them why this is foul play after the sentencing and everything's over with. But hold on.
Country, can I tell you this real quick?
Wait a minute, Jasmine.
I gotta go to sleep. I've been up since 5 o'clock
Just give
this
me 1
morning.
second, please. Y'all check this out. It's very important.
So with the subpoenas.
Wait a minute, Amanda, because I'm going to get Jasmine pissed off.
Oh,
wait a minute. Mods, mute the damn chat. Now, there were no subpoenas issued going up toward this trial for expert testimony or none of that. Jasmine, go ahead. Then Amanda, will you please explain to them why it's fucked up that now they mute the damn shit in the chat, y'all? Will you please then explain to them?
Now he wants them to mute the chat because the white people in the chat are going in on him, calling him all sorts of names and everything because they're mad.
Why it's very unorthodox for now all of a sudden there to be all kinds of damn shit coming through to this case number way after the sentence is over with. Jasmine, please go ahead. Hey, who's in the goddamn moderator position? Mute the chat.
Mel also stated that Yellow just texted me. She says she saw it. I'm after I talk to you, I'm gonna go talk to her. Anyhow, Mel also stated that in the court here in the trial, during the trial, the defense attorney had EP or whatever his name is, the Mexican boy, on the stand, and when he was denying that they wasn't friends, and the defense attorney kept revealing the videos and all of that. We all know that part, right? But the critical part is what the judge said. After defense kept showing videos of them hanging out, Mello sticking his tongue out, he acting silly. The judge said this: I think that's enough videos. I mean, I think that's enough pictures, don't you think? The prosecutor said, I think so too. The defense said, hold on, I got one more. What type of judge would tell? He's setting the tone. He's setting the tone in the courtroom. What type of judge would tell a defense attorney that that's enough pictures to show of Karmelo and the EP guy hanging out? Yeah.
That's right. That's what they say the judge did when they were showing pictures to prove that Eddie Para was lying about being friends with Mello. When they were showing all the pictures and the proof, the judge said, I think that's enough pictures for now. Who is he to say that when the defense is presenting their evidence? So shady.
Fucker that had this case decided from the start to the finish.
Yes.
That's all. Hey, this
I gotta
case
go,
is,
y'all. I gotta be back at work.
Let me say something to Jasmine, please. Jasmine, please. This is not easy doing what I do. And then when all this kind of information is coming in, oh my God, it's just, I'm worried about this boy, y'all.
How you think I felt?
I know that. I heard it in you, Jasmine. I know who you are. Jasmine, this is fucked up. Y'all, this is surrounded what I told. I told y'all this was larger than people may have thought.
Why you think the judge didn't want no cameras? They knew they orchestrated this last year.
Absolutely.
They orchestrated. They orchestrated how this case was going to go, what was going to be done in court, what was going to be presented, how they were going to control the environment, how they were going to control how people reacted, who was going to be able to see this, and how they were going to be able to get away with the execution plan that they already had. I'm in federal litigation right now myself. I'm a pro se plaintiff, so I know about the discovery phase. I know about summary judgment. I know about deposition. I know how court decorum is supposed to go. So for me to see this, for me to see this full hand and see that video and see that TikTok scrubbed it, TikTok knows that video, if it gets at what I watched tonight, the public is going to change their mind because you got two different people who saw two different versions of this video. And the two people that saw the two different versions of this video are credible sources. I don't know what Mel you're talking about, country boy, but this Mel, he's like a prominent. This Mel is
Smith. He's out of Brooklyn, New York. He works with Antoinette Levy on YouTube.
Okay, yep.
He's the only one that actually was coming out and actually speaking good points for the boy.
For Hunter.
No. He was coming out speaking things that would sound like the trial was headed in the good direction of a not guilty verdict. He was relying information that was very awesome to hear. He's the one that on last Saturday, not this past Saturday, but Saturday night before, he came out and told Anjanette Levy that one of the witnesses now have done something awesome for the defense. And she said, what's that? Well, they testified that Austin tried to put Melo in a football move. And right when I heard that, I knew what the fuck that was.
He said that in the YouTube video.
Mel Smith is top shit.
I didn't know how top he was. I really didn't like him in the YouTube video because I thought that he had more emphasis for Hunter and trying to say that, oh, I don't know. That's just what my interpretation was. And I thought that's why the host was trying to use the other guy for them to compare their stories to see, which one's factual or not. And that's why he kept telling Mel, like, T Bird seen the video in 2025. So this isn't a made up story about this video circulating. And so when Mel said, what people are you talking about? Who are the people that you're talking about? And so the host said, it's a community on TikTok. They have, they've been talking about this since 2025.
America, wait a minute, because I want to say something, Jasmine, before she leaves. Jasmine, I'm going to tell you this. You need to go do your research about Mel Smith. Mel Smith actually should be in a new, really, I believe Mel strips straight across the board. Mel Smith's reporting lines right up with all the people's testimony that I don't believe CBS and NBC was really typing their shit up the way it should have been typed up. Look, when you're sitting in a courtroom, I don't know how many of you know this, but you can clearly hear the testimony that's given. So there's no reason why any of the testimony that was released was not word for word, folks. Jasmine, I love you. We got to pray for this boy because I think you now know I was right. This is way bigger than people may have thought.
It is. It scared me when I seen how fast TikTok shut her down. I'm going to go to my friend Yellow and see what she's talking about because she's the only one. I sent it to 10 people and I didn't know that the video would be taken down that quick. It was taken down quick. But I got one question for you, country boy. If somebody has a platform on YouTube and they just decide to delete their video, will it be deleted from TikTok as well?
Ask my boy. He ain't up here now. Tata's gone. I don't know who to answer that in here. America,
if you got them connected, can I ask you a question? You can.
Oh, you know what, America? Don't even answer it because let me tell you why. I told you I'm sleepy. Don't answer that. Why? Let me tell you why. I was looking at the video from another girl's page. Right? She shared it through the TikTok community. Her video wasn't even from a downloaded YouTube video. Her video was her holding her phone in her house, recording her TV, watching YouTube. So that don't even matter anyways. I'm not going to question if the author of the person deleted it because she recorded the video from her home, from her cell phone. So it's TikTok. This video is that serious that it's getting scrubbed everywhere from YouTube to TikTok. I know people in the chat were saying they seen it on X. If they can send it to you, country boy, tell them to. But this is serious.
I'm going to tell y'all something too. I'm under attack right now. I'm under attack. I'm getting a lot of bots requesting up. Y'all, look, 1,000 followers only.
I got to go, y'all. Good night. Be safe, y'all. Country boy, you got almost 1,000 people in here. It's really serious what's going on. And I think everybody needs to be careful. It's something bigger than we know, y'all.
Jasmine, I love you, girl. We'll be messaging tomorrow, okay, or today, whatever you call it. I was right, y'all. I can't. I'm just a dumb motherfucking speed bump truck driver, according to these other fuckers, though. This is fucked up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm reading the comments and didn't realize it had ended. Okay, so now we're going to go to another part. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, we're going to go to this part right here. Is like 16 minutes.
Fake to make it look like it happened. And I think that's something that we all seen. I just literally just seen it come up. So.
All right, America. I know you were trying to talk a while ago, and I had to finish my deal with Jasmine, especially when some information is being brought to me like that.
Absolutely, champ. I feel you. How you feeling tonight? You all right?
Man, I'm just I'm seeing what's going on right now here in this live. Anyhow, bro,
Don't pay him no mind.
Yeah, don't pay that shit no mind,
Don't
man.
pay him
You
no
know.
mind. You explained and you said what you had to say earlier. You don't owe them people nothing. You wanted something. That's why they trying to distract you.
That's definitely what's
Yeah, but when I
happening.
find out that this may be surrounding an AG, man, y'all, this ain't good. Go ahead.
Hey, country.
Yeah, bro.
From Jump Street, you was on this case, and you said it's foul play, and I didn't know you. I've been following. I've been knowing you before the election.
Oh
Back with
yeah,
Dan.
yeah, my boy, yeah.
And I mean, we different politically, man. But the
Well,
reason why
I changed that because Trump didn't do a fucking thing to try to save this kid, and there ain't a
I
damn
did-
person in politics that didn't know about this case.
I get that, but I fuck with you and Dane, man, because
Yeah, I know you are now. Yep.
I always mess with Dame. You know what I'm saying? Because uh, putting your political affiliation aside, man, he always for right and wrong,
Me and him
that's
both,
what,
right?
yeah, and that's what you displaying right now, and you was on this shit from Jump Street, bro. Like that's
I
why
know a lot more about the rule of law than these motherfuckers want to know. I can tell you. I'm talking about those other motherfuckers. Go ahead, brother.
But then, and I'm gonna piggyback off that. And that's what I'm getting to. So why you got all these smart ass conservatives, bro? Smart, right? And they want to bring all the court gender and not use fucking common sense.
Because they're racist. Their racism is being exposed.
Exactly. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about evidence. They don't care about corruption. They don't care about fabrication.
They don't give
anything.
a damn if this child was
But
theirs.
hold on, bro.
They don't give a damn if this child was theirs.
Hold
If they were the
on.
mom. Hey, listen to me for a second. Those mama bears that the conservatives even have proven to me, for the most part, they don't even give a damn if Karmelo was theirs. Go ahead, brother.
What
Can't say
I'm
that,
saying though,
because I
hold on,
actually am
hold
a
on.
conservative.
Hold on.
Oh, let me finish though.
I'm not talking
They
about
can't.
you.
They can't put political affiliation aside to use their fucking brain to say, hold one fucking minute. Listen, country, this is what I'm gonna say.
It's sad, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna say this, but the reason why I came on TikTok is because this 2024 election. I mean
Yes,
2025
sir.
election.
Me too. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I came on here. And I can't say that I can't say that I can that I'm as smart as everybody is when it comes to political game, but I listen and I'm on here and I can't convey the stuff I convey politically. But you got all these smart ass people that can just recite all this bullshit with their eyes closed, but they can't use their brain to use common sense with this fucking case.
That's right.
That's the shit that pissed me off.
It's sad because these are the people that are voting, y'all.
That's what pissed me off more than anything. And it pissed me off that I got my brothers and sisters doing this shit the most.
Right. Go ahead. What's your name up there? The S.
Saxon, me.
No, below her, below you. I don't get to see the names, and I don't think that's.
I didn't get a chance to speak.
Go ahead, America. Go ahead, America. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was checking on your well being. That's I just got. But anyway, yeah, this case, man. I mean,
that.
This shit was not cut and dry like they say. It really wasn't, man. This shit was. You didn't have hard evidence. I mean, you go back, you deliberate off of hearsay and speculation. When I say that, I mean because there's no direct sense of source of what happened that day, right? You have
And the video that they showed in court don't prove a damn thing of who did what. Go ahead, bro.
Exactly. You got children, right? Young men that's trying to reflect on something that happened a year and months ago, right? It's could be a lot forgotten. It could be a lot forgetting that was said, right? So you got to remember they're taking their mind back to what happened. They have done a lot after the situation happened, right? So I think these kids got up there and they said what they remember. Oh, it was a push, it was a grab, it was a linebacker thing. I seen some hands go up. I don't know who hands it was, but I know Melo was pushed. So all that is It's not enough to convict what they got, like they had intent and premeditation that Mello went out there hunting that day. That's how they
That's what
convicted the
I
boy.
knew. That's
how they
I
convicted him,
knew.
right?
Listen to me. That's what I knew. I knew
Yeah.
there was more of a defense argument to win this case because I knew it was over a year ago. Real quick, let me say this, American. I want you to jump right back in afterwards, please. Look, y'all, I want to tell y'all something. Everybody, not just my panel. I know the comments are going, we had to do that for a reason because it was distracting the fuck out of me. All right, look. Y'all, this is bullshit. This is why I said they should have had the Sheriff's Department or Texas State Police. They knew that somebody lost their life. What should they have known where they've been doing this for how long? This trial may come about way down the road because murder trials do. Let's make sure we separate every motherfucker right now and get them all on camera in the interview room. 10-4.
The only way the truth is going to come out is once Memorial High School gets sued. Once that civil suit is filed, that's when the truth is going to come out because the school is going to panic. The coaches are going to take back what they said. Everybody is going to be in a frenzy. If it doesn't happen, if the school doesn't get sued, because that's also who the kids are protecting. I honestly don't think nobody gives a fuck about a Jeff, a Austin, a Hunter, or nothing. At the end of the
I
day,
never thought about that. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Y'all listen to this. I know so much about the rule of law because this kid was convicted of murder because of people going up on that stand lying. Do you know you can actually get? Do you know you can actually get them for conspiring to cover up the real truth in a criminal murder case?
Absolutely. And you want to know something?
Exactly. A lot of them committed perjury on that stand.
Yes, a lot of them. Can I say something right quick and I'm going to get off country? This is Miss Positive.
Yeah, Miss Positive. I know you got to go to bed, ma'am. How you doing?
Yes, I'm good. I'm checking in on you, making sure you're cool. I've been seeing you all on Facebook, so just to let you know.
I found that out this morning, y'all. That's what I want to say. Everybody, when Mr. Positive, hold on one second. Please, ma'am. I'll send you a galaxy. Hold on. Look, y'all, I didn't even think about none of this when I jumped out to stand up for this kid, and I said to myself, how do we get a movement going to get the media in to really flip this truth out there? Because I knew that Fox News had fucked this all up by putting the wrongful fucking picture of the boy up instead of putting the real mugshot up, right? So I said to myself, I'm going to use TikTok to get this fucking shit turned around. And guess what? I never thought about it being connected to YouTube with people. Never thought about being connected to Facebook with people. And I damn sure didn't think about no damn following of going up to 20-some thousand, 20,000 or more in fucking a week. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have none of that on my mind. Miss Positive, go ahead.
Okay.
Or the coin.
What I want to say is I've been pissed off for the last couple of days because it's like Karmelo's civil rights have been fucking violated
Violated
too.
them way worse than I've ever seen.
What I want to know is where's Ben Crump's ass? Where's Al Sharpton? Where's all these
y'all fuck with them people? Them
I'm just saying, though,
they need to stay.
Don't interrupt somebody. We're not saying we fuck with them people, but we always do see them coming out.
Always. They front
When there's
center.
money to be made,
No, it's not money to be made.
And it don't align with
Can you hear me speaking? I need y'all to understand. I need you to look at another side of this. If this is as huge as I think it is, the other side of money is buying them to stay put.
Okay.
That's common
and that's
sense
why
logic
Charleston
right
White,
there, 101.
Charleston White fell out of it because he got paid
fake
too.
anyway. His ass
Man,
is fake. He
see,
just
now
trying
this
to
is
get some publicity.
ladies and gentlemen, you have to understand. Charleston White is an entertainer. I was on a live with him earlier and he told the truth. He has sent support to both sides of the family. All right? You know why? Because he has monetized off of both families. So he got Aiden Ross to send $10,000 cash to the Metcalfs, and he financially helped the Anthony's himself.
Now, did y'all hear that? Said Charleston White gave the Metcalfs $10,000. He was on a podcast with him earlier, okay, because he knows he's making money off of this, and that was his whole thing. That's all Charleston White wants to do is make money, grifting.
And if you can believe what Charleston says all you want, I'm gonna tell you now, don't believe the hype. He's still supporting Mello, y'all. Don't believe it.
I think he did that video to throw the other side off because he realized how
like
large this is.
don't believe that shit, man. He's
I
a
think he
smart
did that
man.
on purpose because he's like me. He knows what's really going on here.
Yeah, he know. And
He
Jeff
said it
Metcalf
though. He
know
said
that
he was
black man
scared.
smart. Why you think Jeff Metcalf said what he said about him? He the only black. You know what he said. Come on now.
All right.
What Jeff said about Charleston.
Hey, American, I hope you're right. I hope you're right, man. I hope you're right, because he full of, hey, man, he all
Charleston
over the
White ain't
place,
no
bro.
dummy, man.
Hey man, I
No,
know
I know ain't
Charleston
no
White
dummy.
personally, y'all, and trust me, that guy is not it. You hear me? I done went viral for getting on Charleston White ass, man. He's getting paid off other people's grief right now. It's a tragedy that Austin did lose his life, and it's a tragedy that Karmelo got 35 years for defending himself. What I don't understand about the whole case is, if I'm not walking up on you being an aggressor, that gives me grounds to stand my grounds, because when y'all approached him, Austin would still be here if they never went under that tent trying to make him get out in the rain and all that. Once I tell you one time, don't put your hands on me, don't touch me, and you proceed to do that, anything that I do to you after that, I have the right as a Texan to stand my ground in any way I know how. And
But
that's
there's
all
a
he did, man.
problem.
If he was guilty, listen, hey, country, if he was guilty, that video footage would have been dropped the same day. And for all the news stations to publish a picture after they airbrushed it
Thank
with the
you.
boy
They would have
having
released
scrapes
the
all under
video
his
to
neck,
Wow.
Fox News.
bruises on his face, for them to
Wow.
airbrush a picture and then put that picture out there like he never was in a scuffle, is just to go to show you the narrative that they're pushing.
All
And now
right.
we done found out about the DA
Hold on,
and the
America.
judge.
All right, I'm
You
gonna
know,
cook with you. I'm gonna cook with you, brother. You ready to roll?
come on with it.
That's something else. The reason I went and got up with my Texan buddy, and I said, "Hey man, can you and your wife let me stay there for a night? And can you get your wife to get me this form?" They got me the form. I did it with a notary. I told him, I said, "Look, I don't live down there, but there's a reason. I just really want to see this. If I do a notary, I did it a week ahead of time. I did the notary. The lady approved it. They set the appointment. My buddy's wife and him carried me there. They went inside. I sat down with the lady. She said, "You want to see the?" I had to show my ID. She said, "You want to
Yeah.
sit down? We'll see the 2-minute or the 11-minute.
Uh-huh.
So I want to see the whole thing."
Yeah,
Hold
the
on,
11 minute
country.
be
America.
way
Hey,
better,
America, wait a
country
minute.
boy.
I'm going to rock with him for a second, buddy. America, I'm going to have you here for as long as you want this. Hold on, brother. You just said some things that is so important. And that's what I'm talking about, that open mindset, common sense, logic. You can actually be way more smarter than you think you are when you have an open mind and you can collectively think, right?
Get in here.
Yes, sir.
So one thing that made me go see this fucking video, can you mute, please? One thing that made me go see this video was two things. It's okay, two things. The picture that Fox News put up, I knew that wasn't his skin color. I knew somebody had doctored that photo because then it would just the looking mellow, right?
What? Yeah. Mama, the toilet.
So check this out. And then I thought to myself, we've seen a lot of crime. Y'all, please let me finish this. We've seen a lot of crime on news, okay? Fox News is one of the biggest ones that loves to show. Every time they hear about some crime, they show what happened in the streets. They show this, they show that. They're always showing the footage that they obtain when it fits their fucking narrative. But with this poor kid, not only did they know when they uploaded that photo to the fucking nationwide, they knowingly knew they were dead ass morally and ethically wrong of the business that they own. They inflated a narrative to the United States as if this is just African American. This is just a black kid that went to a damn what's name and used the wrong type of response and unalived the kid or whatever. Well, guess what else I knew? If it was that, why didn't they release the fucking video to Fox News? When has law enforcement never released the fucking videos of something?
Exactly.
Because,
and then you know another thing. Listen, country boy.
Because
now, when he said they knowingly knew, but he's absolutely right. That's what I told you all. If they know that the video shows that Karmelo was absolutely 100% in the wrong, why wouldn't they release it for everyone to see? That's how you know that it's all a lie.
it would have fucking fucked the Texas election up for the Texas Senate seat. So some higher ups beg Fox News, pay Fox News, whatever. They're all the conservative news network. Come on, y'all may have supported Trump, but I'm done with that bullshit. Because the other things I know besides this case, I've done research on before this trial came about. I'm not going to come out here on TikTok and tell everybody that. I work on my own fucking silence. But what I'm trying to say is this, y'all. This is what I said, man. This is a lot larger than people may have thought.
Yeah, and Country Boy did these blues, man. We already know that the McCall brothers, they was already suspended from school from, you know, whatever they done got in trouble about. We done seen other reports where they done told the cheerleaders on the football team that they have bisexual hands. Meaning, you know, they'll hit a woman, they'll hit a male, they don't care.
I have that email.
Yeah, and we also know that they done jumped on their father and broke his arm. And they just go to, man, there's so many different points, bro, that we can point out on this case. And it's just like.
Did you all know that they allegedly broke their father's arm?
Collin County, that judge, they're trying to get him removed anyway. If he already got a thing for child abuse, like where I done seen people come out with paperwork on him. The DA got SA charges on him.
Right.
And just, man.
Ken Paxton paid $1.7 million to shut that down.
I'm trying to tell you, man, there's just so much corruption with this case. And then for them to try to make an example out of them, this is what I call the whole situation. This is how you make an example, because we ain't never seen nobody with a trial that lasts that long for murder, and then y'all make a verdict less than 3 hours, and the next day he's already in the penitentiary with a cell?
Do you know how long it takes to read jury instructions back there in the jury room?
Man, I never even knew they did a case on a Saturday.
That takes an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes, especially when you're dealing with some foreigners that might not understand it.
Yeah, man, because they know. And then, you know, even for the dad to be friends with the judge and the DA, that's a conflict of interest.
Okay, so they made some very good points. Now, there's more, but I'm not going to play it right now because this video is long enough. Okay, we're almost 2 hours in, but I'm going to go to a couple of clips, a couple of TikToks, okay, and then we're out of here. I'll be back later, probably. Okay, so let me see where I'm at here. Okay, yeah, let's go to Secret Service Sam's video where he's talking about how they hung the sign that I showed you all.
Trial update. Now, here is something interesting somebody sent me to my email, that there was a sign hung over Highway 75 during jury selection. This sign that you can see right here was hung over the Highway 75, the exit people needed to take to go to the Collin County Courthouse. Now, it is being alleged that potential jurors could have seen this sign. It is also reported that McKinney PD allegedly was providing security for them. Okay, this source is trying to get pictures and video to back this up and prove this. But if true, you know, could this sway the jury? Like, there is literally a billboard above the highway, and if security was provided by the police, I don't know. It just seems, this whole thing seems very sus from the beginning, and it brings back so much historical. I've just been seeing, you know, so many videos lately on the Emmett Till murders, and when you just see what those people were able to get away with, and the lies and the scare tactics that they used on that family. This is why historically Black people don't trust the justice system. This is your main man's is reporting the truth behind the headlines on the front line. So I'm going to try and get more information on this. If you have it, let me know in the comments.
All right, shout out to Sam. Now, with that all been said, I want y'all to listen to this Black man who swears he knows what he's talking about, and like he's schooling everyone that's pro Karmelo Anthony. It be your own people. Please pay attention.
Like me in real life. Like, I'm so serious when I say that too. Y'all would not like me in real life. And I say that because with all of these think pieces and the level of frustration that a lot of us have in reference to how Karmelo Anthony was sentenced, it's crazy to me because there's a lot, and I mean there is a whole lot of people that lack accountability and understand how accountability works or what it looks like. And in all honesty, this really just boils down to teaching your kids what accountability looks like before a court, judge, and 12 jurors have to show them. Because a lot of y'all are on here, and I've just been noticing, like, Y'all are just so big on this whole, it was self-defense, it was self-defense. Let me tell you what self-defense looks like. Had Austin pushed Karmelo, and Karmelo pushed him back, and Austin McCabe slipped and hit his head on the corner of a table and died. That is self-defense. Austin McCabe pushing Karmelo, Karmelo saying to him before he pushes him, touch me and see what happens. And when Austin touched him, Karmelo stabbed him. That is murder. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but I need y'all to understand how these things work in the court.
I think I've heard enough from him. He doesn't have all of the facts. He certainly has not followed the trial if he believes everything that has been reported by Fox News. Okay, please pay attention. Now listen to this guy here. And this is a prime example of how everyone who looks like us is not us. Okay, because I actually thought this dude was black for a second.
When they pick an all-white jury, they had 4 white women, 2 Asians, 3 Asians. Well, it was 2 that made it. Oh, yeah. 1 Indian lady. They had 4 males. 3 that was white. White people are dumb. They don't follow the law. They follow what them people tell.
So they had an all-white jury, but they had 3 Indians or 3 Asians. They had an Indian lady, and they had 3 straight white males. But it was an all-white jury. White people are just dumb. They're not smart at all. But it was an all-white jury. Let me tell you who's not smart. Right? Let me tell you who's not smart and why it was an all-white jury and no black people in that jury. Because black people disqualified themselves. During the jury selection, they literally told the attorneys that they have racial bias, that they could not convict Karmelo Anthony because he was black. So who's really not smart, right? Because if they were smart and they really had intentions on helping a fellow black man, they could have lied, made their way to the jury, and found him not guilty. So they're not even smart enough to lie to protect their own to get a spot on the jury. But white people are not smart. It's an all-white jury. This is absolutely hilarious. These people fail to realize that the defense also has a say on who the jury is. They act like it's just the prosecution that selects the jury. The defense also has a say. But it's an all-white jury. They had 2 Indians and 2 Asians and 3 straight white males. But white people are so dumb. You can't make this up, man.
Now, actually, he was calling her dumb, but it was an all-white jury. Like I told you all days ago, everyone on that jury identifies as white. When they sign anything with race on it, that's what they sign, because that's all they're offered. Okay, they're not going to say they're black. These people identify as white when they come over here. Their ethnicity is absolutely not the same as race. So who's really dumb? I think he is, okay? And he's an immigrant. I don't know where he's from, but he looks to be a darker Middle Eastern, okay, or a dark Indian perhaps. But nonetheless, I believe his name is Conservative Immigrant, something foolish. All right, so anyway, with that all being said, hold on. There, I want you all to see this last TikTok. This guy says that the reason the case had a gag order was because of Jeff Metcalf. I absolutely believe that because he definitely talks too much.
Listen, this case had a gag order because of Jeff Metcalf. Because people are saying, well, what does Jeff Metcalf have to do with the trial? Exposure. He's exposing the inner workings and the minds of the dominant society and how they prosecuted this case.
What day is it? The muzzle's off.
His exposure is going to give the new defense team an opportunity to overturn this on appeal. I thought it was really interesting when Jeff Metcalf said this.
There was no black jurors. You know why? Because you can't be unbiased, you dumb shits. If you answer the question, I can't send a black man to jail because he's black, you're not getting on the jury. You're so unintelligent.
There was only one.
First of all, Queen says Jeff did an interview with Nancy Grace. Yes, we did watch a bit of that, beloved, at the beginning of the broadcast. Now I want you all to pay attention. He's talking about black people are so dumb. Here's the thing. It was only one person that said that. It was one black man that said that. And I told you all that that man did not want to be on the jury. Okay, he said that so they would not choose him. He clearly didn't want to be on the jury. That's all that was. Okay, please pay attention.
Potential juror that reportedly said he could not be non-biased. They could not lock up a brother. One juror. And the reports indicate that there were 3 potential black jurors who were excluded because they were educators. Even though the evidence also suggests that they said that they would be able to be impartial. So now you're assigning an attribute of not being competent to fill out an application, not having a father in your house, in addition to the fact that you're saying that they're reverse racist and it's based on one guy. So now you've grouped all black people into that. Then you start to talk about single parent households, not to mention there were some jurors that said if he didn't testify, they would not ignore the fact that the child did not testify or now adult did not testify. And so they were excluded. It doesn't indicate whether they were black or white, but there were multiple reasons why people were not selected for the jury. This other one says one eligible black juror said that they'd have a hard time putting a brother in jail. So what they did was what the dominant society often does is project their attributes onto other groups of people. All 3 of those educators had to be associated with the identity of the one man who was being honest and said, I couldn't be non-biased. Automatically painting the picture in the public that none of us are competent. We don't know how to fill out the application. We have single parent households. We on welfare. We get food stamps. This is all these things that he said from this one person who said, I can't be non-biased. The other 3 said, we can handle it. Let us in. And they told them, nah, because you're educators. And based on what the other black dude said, we just, we group y'all together. Y'all all the same thing. Listen, this case had a gag order because of Jeff Metcalf. Because people are saying, well, what does Jeff Metcalf have to do with the trial? Exposure. He's exposing the inner workings.
But like you all said, just let him keep running his mouth, okay? Now, with that all being said, the higher court, when they during the appeals process, it's going to be up for review by a higher court, of course, okay? And they're going to have to basically look at all the legal errors that were made. Now, the judge made a huge error, in my opinion, by not saying anything about that video footage with those the numbers, the dates that absolutely couldn't have been the dates. June, I believe they said June of 2016, or no, February of 2016. How was that on one of the videos? How did they not see that during the discovery process? How did Mike Howard not see that specifically? Okay, and you would think that with a case like this, where it is the video footage is very important, you would think that they looked at that extensively. Okay, so there are a bunch of errors that are made. At the end of the day, there's prosecutorial misconduct. There seems to have been a conspiracy between the judge, the defense, and the prosecution, not to mention that the prosecution and the defense previously worked together, had a law firm together. Okay, so that is like a conflict of interest, because that also that offers up an explanation, in my opinion, as to why Mike Howard was not properly defending this case. Why he threw the case. He didn't do his due diligence. And if you all remember, I told you all days before they even got to the conclusion of the trial that there was a railroad coming, because I already knew that's what they were going to do. Okay, so there's enough in there to get, to win the appeals process, in my opinion. I think they're going to end up offering him a new trial, perhaps. Okay, but either way, he's not staying in prison. I don't think so. I just don't see that happening after all of these things that have occurred. Okay, so that all being said, I'm going to conclude the broadcast. I want to thank you all. For tuning in once again. Please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all. Okay, OG Patrice says the judge also made a big mistake in allowing 17-year-olds to answer the question of Karmelo being guilty. The defense didn't object either. Well, we already established that. That's like the first thing I said. And not only was that a mistake, that was definitely a mistake by the defense. Okay, that is one of the first things that proved that he was trying to throw the case. Because anybody who knows anything about the court system, the judicial system, and how a criminal case plays out, you should know that he absolutely was supposed to object every time the prosecution was saying, oh, was it murder? Was it self-defense? What are you asking these kids for? And at that time, he should have actually called in an expert. He should have had expert witnesses, at least 2. But he didn't have any. But instead, you're asking these children. So basically, the children who were witnesses told the jurors, oh, yeah, it wasn't self-defense. It was murder. So that's what the jury was listening to. None of those times when that was said was it ever stricken from the record. The juries were never told to disregard it. It was there for them to hear. And so that's what they did. That's how they got a murder conviction, because those kids kept saying it. Because if you go by the letter of the law, there was no murder. Okay, there was no murder. Murder is premeditated in many cases, or there has to be elements of mens rea, actus rea, and malice aforethought, which shows intent. And they never showed, were able to prove in that courtroom, they never proved that Karmelo had any intentions on murdering that young man. They never proved that. They did not prove their case and still got a win. What does that tell you? Well, that tells us that the jury was biased from the get-go, and that's why they came back so quick. They'd already made up their minds that he was going to be convicted no matter what. It didn't even matter what evidence was shown, because none of the jurors seemed to give a darn that the witnesses were all lying, every single one of them. Okay? This was basically won on the basis of race, racism, and also empathy and sympathy. Because when they got up there and told those sad stories, which were all lies, talking about how Hunter held his brother in his arms until he passed away and all of that, that's all lies. Austin was pronounced dead at the hospital. You heard his father say it in that interview, that they went to the hospital. He got Austin, and they went to the hospital, and he was afraid to tell Austin what he already knew. Then the doctor said that he was dead. They were talking about how he had tubes and all of this stuff. But they put on such a performative show for the jurors and the entire courtroom. And that's what the news outlets took back to play on their platforms, because the white media absolutely was in cahoots. Okay? Please pay attention. They never said a thing about the lies that those kids told, specifically Eddie Para. They never told anything about how the stories changed drastically from previous statements given to detectives. Also, I found out from listening to that broadcast, and like I said, if I come back later, which I probably will, we'll listen to some more of it. Because another thing that I found interesting was that yesterday I heard that they actually interviewed or spoke with several of the students in a locker room with all of them standing there. That's crazy. Shouldn't that have been individually, each one in their own private room, so they don't hear what other people are saying, and so they don't get those talking points mixed up with what they already know or what they think they know or what they saw? It's all crazy. Okay, so anyway, that all being said, listen, I love you all to life. I hope you enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Sold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. That's See right. A bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got